What's up, my beautiful people? Aaron Thomas with Excellence Above Talent. I don't know who needs to hear this, but this is something that I have struggled with most of my life, and it is I don't know how to say it, but I force myself to try to be people's friends. I've forced myself to try to get into relationships. I've forced myself when we talk about career path and joining organizations. I've forced myself to do a lot of things that I wasn't called to do because I was trying to get friends or be seen or heard. And I just recently stopped trying to be seen and trying to be heard, and I stopped forcing myself into different circles. I stopped forcing myself when it comes to looking for my people, my community. It's a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because I don't have to be anyone but who God has called me to be. But then you also realize that there are a lot of people who aren't for you, or there were a lot of people who were never for you. There were a lot of organizations, a lot of career paths that you tried to go on just to be liked, and then you realize that you have diminished yourself. You have let yourself go. You have tried to be everything else that you were meant to be. You have tried to be everything that you were not meant to be in order to feel a connection. And the crazy part is, when you're searching for that connection and you're forcing yourself into these groups and with these people, you don't feel good about yourself. I can say that I was in the loneliest place in my life is when I had lots of friends and I was doing lots of things, but I wasn't fulfilled because that's not who I was. And I'm coming to a point now where I'm not begging anyone to see who I am, because I'm trying to say it in and not to be cocky or confident, but God made me phenomenal. I am an amazing person, not pretty. I am an amazing person. And when I do come into your life, the things in your life get better, because I don't come from I try not to come from a negative standpoint. I come from a place of positivity, and we're gonna fight through it. We're gonna work through it. We're gonna figure this out. I have your back no matter what. And I'm amazing, but I've allowed my amazingness to be dimmed by other people's thoughts of who I am, or their perception of who I am, and they chose not to see the amazing thing that God put into their lives. And I'm not and that's totally fine. But I am done trying to show or push myself on people to allow them to see that I have a lot more to offer than just maybe, especially in Odessa, the color of your skin. And again, it's one of those things, no one sees color until they see color. or no one sees color until there's a black joke that comes out, and then everyone has a black joke. But we don't see color though, right? I believe y'all. But I'm not going to allow people, the color of my skin, how I present myself, the way that I talk. I can't stop that from me showing up and just being who God has called me to be. And if that's the message that God is trying to have me tell someone, it is be who God has called you to be. Do not hide, protect, defend, or prove who you are. Stop shrinking. Stop trying to act a certain type of way so that you can attract a certain type of people, and those people might not even like you. So show up and be your true, authentic self, because that's where you feel the most loved. I'll tell you this. Yanni has really shown me like myself, and that I am awesome, and I am amazing, and I have a lot to offer, because she showed up, and there wasn't any I had to be a certain type of way. It was just be yourself. And she fell in love with me. I can be crazy sometimes. She fell in love with me, and there was no like fakeness. There was no, I don't know if you would call it fakeness, but I wasn't trying to hide who I was as a person. And she loved me, flaws and all. And that kind of started the process of like, oh man, like, so I can be loved by just being, myself. I don't have to try to adhere to what society says. This is what people love about other people, so you should try to be like this or like that. I just showed up into the room, and she loved me for who I was. And in that process, I started to realize I need to be in places. I need to be in rooms. I need to be around people who see me, and we all do, who see who we are, the flaws and all, and they're still going to have our backs no matter what. They're still going to fight for us. They're still going to push us to be better. They're still going to hold us accountable when we need to be held accountable. But you don't have to show up and be anybody else but yourself. Those are the people you want to be around. Those are the places you want to be at. You don't want to be at places and be around people who you have to put on a show for in order for them to be like, oh, okay, like this guy is awesome or cool. I say that to say this: show up. If you have breath in your body and God has blessed you with another day to live, do not be afraid to live and to love and to be who God has called you to be, because there's nothing greater than yourself and being your true authentic self. There's nothing greater than allowing God to use you, because he created you in a certain way, in a certain build, with certain attributes. He created you to be something and to do something. Do not let this world stop you from being it and doing it. So, if anyone hasn't told you today that they love you, let me be the first to say I love you. You're awesome. You're amazing. You deserve the best that this world has to offer. Do not give up. Do not quit. The world does not get easier, but you will get stronger. Y'all have a blessed Monday. Let's go kill this week. Bye-bye.